Hi, and welcome to Goddess 1207. I'm having a birthday pretty soon, and you know, when you get to a certain age, every birthday means a lot. Mostly means a lot of years and wrinkles and assorted sun damage. But this year, for some reason, a few months ago, it struck me that I have too much stuff. I really didn't get into makeup, if you can believe it, until about last year, about this time actually. Got back from vacation and started watching those videos, and just my collection has exploded for no good reason except to spend money and to support the United States economy. So I thought it was time for me to do some serious culling and dividing and getting rid of and loving. And so my quest is for no more meh. I want to be able to open any drawer or closet door or jewelry drawer, close my eyes, put my hand in, and love what I pull out. No matter what it is, I'm going to love it and I'm going to wear it. So I decided to just tackle first the makeup department. And I've been going through things and posting some pictures on Instagram, and I'm pretty happy with how I'm going. So today I'd like to share with you the first in a series of No More Meh for mascara. So, thanks for watching. In case you didn't know, I'm just a real person and just with a real life, and I do YouTube for fun. So there's all kinds of noise going on in my house that I cannot control. The engine room is right here, and it comes on every time the hot water heater heats up. And the washer and dryer is running, and Mr. Wonderful is here doing something. So if you hear noises, I apologize. Let's get back to mascara. So since living with Mr. Wonderful, who is an accountant and computer weenie by birth, I had to make a chart with some parameters of how I was going to judge these mascaras. So I have written down information about all the ones that I'm going to talk to you about, and the categories that I thought were important include the brand, the name, an overall rating, the price, how the application went on, how easy it was to wash off, the applicator itself and its design, the longevity, any other thing that came to my mind, and it got extra points if it was a natural product. So I did about, I don't know. So of the 18 that I looked at, some were natural, some were way not natural, some were expensive, and some were not. So I would like to share with you my findings. I understand everybody likes mascaras for different reasons, and I have things that I want my mascara to do. And the first is I want it to go on wet. I want to feel that it's there, and I want it to be buildable. I also have this problem with wet or moist eyes, and so I don't want any kind of transfer. And I've noticed that even just one eye will transfer more than the other, I guess because I'm weird. And I also want it to last all day, but I want it to wash off easily because I don't want to spend all night trying to get this stuff to get off of me or looking like a raccoon in the shower. That's always so attractive. So I've sort of divided these mascaras up into three groups. They're really awful, they're pretty good, and the best of the best. So because I want to build suspense and make you watch, we're going to start with the worst of the worst. And there are about 6 of them. And the actual worst I found of all things was this Revlon Bold Lacquer. This came in a box. I would never purchase it. The packaging is cheap. It only costs $6. There's a reason for that. I think it flaked on me very, very quickly. Did not care for that at all. So, sorry, Revlon. Also in the bottom was this product by Larenim, L-A-R-E-N-I-M. I don't know how you spell it. It got points because it was an all-natural product. It's only $12, but it was extremely dry. If you like dry, though, you might like this, but maybe it had sat in the store too long. I don't know. It was, but it did. I wrote down that it smelled a little bit like a cupcake. So if you want a dry cupcake mascara, this is yours. Also on the very bottom for me was a product that I really was excited about and I wanted to like. It's made by the Red Apple people. They make great lipsticks, all natural. And this is their mascara called the Lash Project. Totally dry, totally not there. Again, and I know this was a brand new batch because they were touting it and you could buy it early. I just was totally unimpressed with it. It even flaked and had some transfer, I wrote down. So, I'm sorry, Red Apple, this is not working for me. Also on the bottom was another natural product made by Benecos, Benecos. Had a traditional wand. The Benecos I wrote down, it had a major transfer problem. In fact, I wrote yuck, and it smelled like paint. So, I liked it, but in the end, my result was I did not want it because it was not very effective. $16 on Amazon. Two more that I just really did not like, a Napoleon Perdis. I bought this at Ulta. And I was excited to see this brand there and wanted to like it a lot, but again, it was just dry. It has a funky, sideways, hairy applicator. For this, I wrote down terrible in large letters. It was very dry, and I bought it at Sephora. Sorry, Ulta. I bought it at Sephora. I don't know where I bought it. Let's just say I bought it somewhere. And it was $25. So, no for Napoleon. And also in my bottom list was this stuff by Dr. Hauschka. Dr. Hauschka. Dr. Hauschka is $30 per Amazon, but again, it went on dry. That was my major complaint with these at the very bottom, that it was very dry or that they would flake. I wrote that it smelled like cold cream, if you know what that is. You're telling your age if you know what that is. And it also contains alcohol, so but no animal testing. But again, Paula's Choice gave it a pour, so sorry for that. Now we're going to move to the middle brand. The middle, I like them, but they had one little problem or another, and there are 5 of them, and I'm sure you recognize them. And they would include, in no particular order, the Guerlain. Let's see what I wrote about it. The Guerlain, I wrote that it was $30 per the Neiman Marcus website, and it went on wet, which is a good thing for me, and that I liked it. It had a standard, what I'd call applicator, but it flaked after several hours on me. And of course, this stuff is so scented, I just can't do the Guerlain. In fact, I'm saying goodbye to Guerlain for the rest of my life because I just cannot deal with that rose scent. If you like the rose scent, it might be perfect for you. So it also is tested on animals, so sort of an eh. Then I have this MAC one. The Extreme Dimension, it's $22 per the Macy's website, and it is very dry. I do like the applicator. It's long and skinny and narrow, and you can get really up close to what you're doing, but it is flaky. It flakes on me, and it does smell like charcoal, and it is tested on animals, according to the internet, which of course is always correct. Haha. I have this little Bobbi Brown tester. I like Bobbi Brown. It's a nice fat little brush. I even like that this travel size is great because that's a little bitty and that's better for me, actually. It is the Smoky Eye sample, and it is tested on animals according to Paula's Choice, but it gets a best rating from her. I did have a little transfer on this weird wonky left eye only, and it smells a little bit like charcoal. So again, I could use this. I could use it a lot more than I would use this stuff. This stuff is going to go to the trash. Then, of course, the Dior Iconic Show. This one is $28 per the Neiman Marcus website, and it got a best from Paula's Choice, although it is tested on animals. I love the applicator, long and slender, but it was a little bit flaky for me. So again, I could use it, and I plan to use it up. And finally in this group is the famous Charlotte Tilbury. It's the full fat lashes. That's the only thing I want on me that's full and fat. And it was 22 pounds on the Charlotte Tilbury website. I gave it an okay on the wash off. It's got a big standard lushy brush, which is nice and thick. I liked it. It's good for the top lashes I wrote, but harder to put on the bottom lashes. But it did flake and transfer within 2 hours. I know I'm supposed to like this stuff, but it just didn't work for me. I gave it a 1. So if I'm not going to be gone too long, I can wear these things that flake and transfer as long as I'm checking on them. And in the best category, we have quite a few that came out best. But which one is the best? Let's see. Could you tell? Okay, I have used this Origins mascara for years and years. I loved it. It had this particular one is that it has the mascara on one end and the primer goopy on the other end, which you probably do not need, or you could use some other thing. But this stuff will not flake, will not smudge, it lasts all day, washes off easy. And let's see what else I wrote about it. It's $21 and it is tested on animals. So that's a negative, the tested on animals, but I like it. And it goes on wet. Also in my very favorite section, I do have the Bare Minerals Flawless Definition. This is the volumizing one. It was $18 per the Sephora website. I like the applicator, it's long and lush, but it does transfer. And I wrote down that it has a whiff of Drano. Let's see if that's right. Oh, yeah, that is kind of right. But for some reason, Drano is better than Old Lady Roses. So I do like this, but I do have a little bit of transfer. In my favorites category in the natural products, this Mineral Fusion. This is the Mineral Fusion Lengthening Mascara, $15 per Amazon. Has a traditional brush. I wrote that it had no transfer. It has a very faint smell of wood sealer. Yep, that's what it smells like. But I gave it a high mark, so I must have liked it. It was wet and it goes on great and it apparently washes off just fine. So for a natural product, $15, Mineral Fusion. Now we're getting down to the very top ones, and of course one has to be the Baby Doll by YSL. This stuff is about $30 from the Neiman Marcus website. I have that I like the applicators, that long skinny version, and I had a wee bit of flaking, had a very strong scent. Yep, it's one of those sweet scents, but went on wet and it was easy to wash off, which are all important good things. It got an average from Paula Choice and it is tested on animals, so that doesn't make it my very favorite, but I like the Baby Doll and I will use it up. Whether I'm buying it again, I don't know. Here is another natural product made by Sorme, S-O-R-M-E. What did I write about Sorme? The Sorme is the Extreme Volumizing. It costs $15 per Amazon. It went on wet, it washed off well, it has a standard applicator. It did transfer a little bit, but it has a nice thick fat brush. See, I can't make up my mind about the brushes, if they need to be big and thick and fat or long and skinny. That's why I have more than one. It also has no animal testing. So, you might want to try that. Sorme, S-O-R-M-E, with an accent. Also in the good group is the Smashbox Full Exposure. I like the big fat brush. I like that I can get it close to my eye. It doesn't have any kind of too much of a scent, a little bit of a scent. $20 from Sephora. and it is not tested on animals, but it got a pour by Paula's Choice. Okay, so what is my favorite? You probably know. It's the They're Real by Benefit. I didn't know anything about this product. When I opened it up first and saw this funky brush, I just thought that was wonderful. It has these funny little spiky things at the end. It doesn't have any kind of scent. It goes on wet. It's $23, which is a lot cheaper than some of the others. And it's odorless. Paula's Choice gave it a good, but it is tested on animals, it says. So I don't know if you can find one that's not tested on animals, that goes on wet, that washes off well, that doesn't flake or transfer, and doesn't stink. If you know of a product that will meet all those things, please let me know, because of course I have to go out and buy more and keep checking. So whether or not the Holy Grail mascara actually exists, I do not know. But right now I'm liking this, and I'm going to stick with it, as well as my Origins and all those others that I showed you. So thanks for watching. In the future, we're going to do a no more meh on lipsticks and foundations and everything you can imagine, because it's time. It's time, boys and girls, to get rid of what we don't really need. Okay? Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.